Spire supports the ability to maintain and track serial numbers on inventory, to identify when specific items are purchased and sold. Other inventory transactions can also use serial numbers to identify item movement, and you can search for places that refer to this serial number. In order to use serial numbers with inventory in Spire, you first have to enable the company setting to use serialized inventory. With this option set, when editing an inventory record, the secondary inventory type field to allow serial numbers will be editable. Choose Serialized to indicate that serial numbers are used for this item, which can be tracked from the Serial Numbers tab. This screen lists all serial numbers that have been added to this inventory, either through purchasing, transferring, or other moving of this item. Each line refers to an individual serial number, and you can see the usage status in the top grid with either a pending receipt, on hand, available, or committed value of 1. In the bottom grid is a list of transactions that have been posted for this item and the associated serial numbers used. You can highlight one or more serial numbers in the top grid in order to display only the respective transactions with these serials. Both lists support filtering and searching. You may only want to locate serial numbers purchased and sold for this inventory, or you may want the ability to set the selling price for each specific number, which is possible if you have enabled the company setting to use serial lot number selling. For highlighted serial numbers, click the Update Sell Prices button to open a screen for entering a new sale price, which will get allocated to the serial numbers. There are other buttons and fields visible on the screen but not active, which are reserved for lot number handling and not used with serial numbers. Typically, serialized inventory is added to stock on hand through receiving purchase orders. When receiving an item, either by entering a received quantity, using the Receive Order tab, or by clicking the Serial Numbers button, all received quantity requires adding new serial numbers if the company setting to Serialize on Receipt is enabled. Otherwise, serial number entry is disabled, and they instead must be entered when shipping sales orders. Serial numbers entered here will be listed on the item as pending receipt until the receipt is posted. Costs from this purchase may be assigned specifically to these serial numbers after receiving, if the company setting to use serial lot number costs is enabled. Otherwise, cost of sale will be determined like any other item. When the receipt is posted, these serial numbers will no longer be pending and instead be on hand and available. When creating a sales order that has serialized inventory, and you want to set the shipped quantity value either on the detail line, using the Fill Order tab, or from the Serial Numbers button, the list of available numbers will appear for selection if the Serialize on Receipt option is enabled. Each selected serial number represents one quantity shipped. Serial numbers can also be selected to ship by scanning a barcode. If prices were assigned to serial numbers, then they will be used here. Otherwise, the standard price determination will be used. If pricing by serial number is used and differently priced items are selected, the highest price gets used for all. Therefore, in this circumstance, you should put each item on separate detail lines to use individual pricing. Selected serial numbers will have a status of committed on the inventory record and no longer be available. When the sales order invoice is posted, these serial numbers will no longer be committed or on hand. In the case of a sales return, the serial numbers from the invoice will be automatically included, and posting will add back to the quantity on hand and available quantities. Other inventory transactions, such as transfers, counts, and adjustments, all support serial number maintenance when serialized inventory is selected and the Serialize on Receipt option is enabled. For every quantity unit you want to move or count, you need to select a specific serial number. With counts, you can also correct serial numbers on hand, either by adding or removing numbers. In the case of positive quantity adjustments, you need to enter a new serial number for each quantity. Posting a transaction will update the on-hand and available quantities, depending on whether the serial number was added or removed. And the inventory reallocation process can also fix serial number quantity values if necessary. After transactions involving a serial number are posted, there are multiple ways to locate them. One way is to edit the inventory record if the specific item is known, and open the Serial Number tab. Then highlight the serial number in question, which will list just those transactions when this serial number was purchased and sold. If you are unsure of the inventory code related to the serial number, you can use the search box on lists associated with inventory to locate it, such as the inventory list, sales orders or history items, or purchase orders or history items. When the serial number is entered into the search box, the record where it is found will be displayed. If you would like more information about Spire accounting, access the link in the description below to our homepage. Read the online manual help for additional assistance. Watch more videos from this playlist, and subscribe to the Spire YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.